Hello guys, and welcome to my video, which is about what I would like to see in the title update for Gears 3. In the background you'll see playing a gameplay from Bolt Marsh. It was a stacked team on the other side in the quick match. I just chose it because it's entertaining, not really any other reason. You see I started halfway through. If you want to see the first part of this match, that will probably show up in some kind of failtage I did put out later. And yeah, it was pretty boring, so I just started out when I grabbed the sniper rifle and popped a few heads, and then we went from there. And of course, there's no guarantee that I will do well or, yes, even win. But it will be fun. We also occasionally had some chickmunks sub in for us as the gameplay got a little bit too dull and started dragging. Of course, since the news dropped that Microsoft has dropped the title update fees for companies, a lot of people have been suggesting that it would be a great opportunity for Epic to basically add a title update which fixes some of the problems that Gears 3 has. And everyone has a different list. That's just the way it is. On the forums there's like 3 different threads. Everyone, they start the little list, they list all their things that they want to change, and then the entire thread devolves instantly into an argument over why that shouldn't be changed or why this should be changed instead, and then nothing really actually gets done. So this video I'm going to break it down into 3 different categories. The first category is changes which I think 90+% of Gears players will agree with, and are things which I feel are breaking the game. There are really bad problems which need to be addressed. And then the second category is things which I'd really like to be addressed. They're more my personal preferences, but I think a lot of people will agree with me, and I think they'll help the game out a lot. And then the third category is complete dreamland, where if I got everything I wanted, this is what would have. These are the last changes I would have. And they're also probably expensive and improbable. So starting off the list, at number 1 we have the ink stun. I think that the ink stun should be changed into a smoke stun, mostly because I absolutely hate the feeling of being standing there helpless while someone walks up and jibs me. I don't mind being killed by a grenade. I just hate feeling helpless until I get killed by a grenade. So like the little spider which gets paralyzed by the wasp, and then it lays its eggs in it, and then the little larvae eat the spider alive while it's still sitting there feeling everything but can't move. That's how it feels to be ink stunned and jibbed, or ink stunned and retro down, which is one step worse. And to offset it, to make the ink still a decent grenade, because they are a pickup weapon and they are a quasi power weapon, maybe you can make the area of effect a little bit larger so they're actually useful for denying enemies areas, the hills or power weapons or whatever. Or alternately, you can make the ink a little bit more powerful to where it kills people faster than standing in it. Because right now, the only thing the ink is used for is to stun someone then jib them, which I think is not a cool way to use a grenade. Second on the list is no bot leaders. In Capsule Leader and Guardian, the leader selection should always rotate between the human players and never elect a bot. There is nothing worse than being in a hard-fought Guardian game where one of your guys quits out on you, and then the 5th and deciding round, the bot becomes a leader and goes out and suicides. That's just bad. And I mean, that's an easy fix, just no bot leaders. How hard can that be? And the third item is probably one you guys have been expecting. The Retro Lancer needs nerfed. It just does. Everyone knows why it's overpowered. Everyone knows that it's just way too strong. It was basically balanced to be effective if you're holding the trigger down and spraying everywhere. But once someone figures out how to feather it, the gun becomes unbelievably powerful. Everyone knows it. Nerf the thing. Going along with that, I would like to nerf the retro poke to where the poke actually just does an ordinary amount of like Nash or melee damage and does not stun. Whoa, something's weird here. Oh wow, we're having video issues here. To fill you guys in, the instant grenade was a quad kill on the boom shot, but he squeezed off before he died, and that's what happened. So to get back on topic, let's look at this honestly, guys. The game's not realistic. I know people say, well, being stabbed in the side with a Retro Lancer blade would stun you, but your character can shrug off a 45 bullet to the face and not even be phased, movement-wise. So I don't think a retro poke's really that big of a deal. Scale it back to Nasher, no stun. So the first item in the things that would improve the game and make it more awesome category is the Hammerburst needs a slight tweak. I'd really like to see the Hammerburst scaled back to either have its fire cap reduced a tiny bit to prevent mod spamming, or have its recoil increase a tiny bit to reduce mod spamming. I didn't put this in the primary one because I know a lot of people like to use the Hammerburst and feel like players with fast trigger fingers shouldn't be punished, but I think it needs to be addressed. Item number 2 in this section is map weapon placement. So on maps where like where Boom Shot is there all 3 rounds, Clock Tower, Bullet Marsh, the one I'm playing right now, for example. So much of the gameplay hinges around controlling the Boom Shot that I think it really makes it sort of lopsided. It makes a lot of lopsided games. Like teams will be completely annihilated just because one team got a hold of Boom Shot and then was always camping it whenever it respawned because they knew whenever the last shot was fired. I know you can try to keep track of the enemy Boom Shot usage and all that stuff and try to counter that way. But the fact is that it just eats up a whole bunch of deaths off of any team. Or in King of the Hill, it completely wipes out whole hills at a time. Yeah, I think that skews gameplay, and that the gameplay is more enjoyable on the rounds where the Boom Shot isn't in. I'm not saying the Boom Shot shouldn't be there, but I think it should be a little like a dash of spice, used sparingly. And for number 3, I would like to see prioritized weapon pickups. If I'm standing on top of a Boom Shot and I push down the X button to pick it up, I should not have to collect 5 different Nasher ammunition bundles and 3 different Lancer ammunition bundles from people who died on the Boom Shot ahead of me before I can pick it up. It is agonizing to toss in your smoke, dodge through sniper fire, bolt hawk fire, Lancer bullets tracing left and right, be in the last bar of your health, do a weapon slide, grab the Boom Shot, roll away to safety, and then realize that you came in with 16 Nasher bullets, and now you gotta do it all again, but without a smoke grenade. Just making it to where power weapons always have priority over ammunition and giant piles of equipment would be a great upgrade. Item number 4. It'd be great to see the special event content, the Thrashball drone, and all of the special event skins which are unlocked on the disc to be made available. And here's how I would do it. Instead of just giving a mass bundle to everyone, I would have those skins be things which you can purchase or spend all your extra XP which you have gotten over level 400 on. It'd be fun, harmless, everyone's got the skins anyway, and give you something to do with all your extra XP. And I would really like to see frag tags reduced to 1 tag per person, or maybe slightly reduced to blast radius on a frag tag. Not completely, it gets people arguing on both sides, and I think that'd be a good balanced compromise right there. So, moving on to the things which are my Dreamland changes, which I'd like to see a lot, but are probably going to be expensive and difficult to implement. The first one would be a mantle kick fix. It's just really inconsistent, and I think that having, and I saw it suggested on the forums by someone called Suicide Fox, that up B would actually be a better way to initiate a mantle kick, so that you have to be deliberately trying to mantle kick someone to mantle kick them, and then if you can't mantle click, if the game decides you cannot mantle click, that it will make you just sit there instead. I think that'd be a whole lot better and less frustrating than being sure you can mantle kick and your character just floats right through their person's face and you die, or some person and of course the mantle kicking from insanely far away, that could just be leg issues or connection issues, but at least it would control the frustrating failed mantle kicks which have no reason that you can see why it failed, because if you mantle without actually connecting, it's suicide. And then of course the crowning achievement, the great dream, which is very unlikely but would be very awesome, would be a full-on DLC for Gears 3. My perfect DLC is this. You guys will have something different. Here's mine. It would include some new maps, maybe some old classic map favorites, maybe some brand new ones. Bring free-for-all mode into Gears 3 as a game mode. I know some of you guys don't like free-for-all. I loved it. I had a lot of fun. Great fun just playing around blasting things. Didn't like the Judgment, all the nade spamming and stuff happened in Judgment, and the inconsistent Asher play and the weird maps. But on Gears 3 it'd be great. You need to have wingman weapon spawn delays. Obviously, you could just choose, like in your character selection screen, you could choose whether you want your COG character or your locust character to be your default wingman character. And it just add that much to chaos to have COGs and locusts all running around. And I'd probably play locusts all the time just because they look more badass. Of course, also with this DLC pack, I would love to see a couple new DLC characters like Scourge, Cyclops, Alex Brand, Pad Sultan. So that's my dream. Alright, of course you guys are going to have something different. Be sure to let me know. I'm going to start a thread on the Epic Games forums, which I'm going to link in the description, where you guys can go and input your top 2 changes which are must-haves for you for a title update for Gears 3. And then I'm going to daily update that list and have a running tally of what changes are most voted on by the fans or most supported by the fans. And hopefully it can be a great resource for people on Epic Games so that they can see exactly what the fans want, and maybe Epic will pay attention to it. It'd be awesome. So, and don't forget to check out these helpful links for some other videos if you maybe want to take a break from Gears for a while and philosophize about how to improve your life. Here's the link here. And if you're interested in contributing to my Dumb Ways to Die project, here's a link here. That thing's a little, I got really busy and I'm having a hard time organizing it, but I'm going to finish it. So if you have some fail clips, be sure to send them to me, and we will go forward. See you guys next time.